What's up, everybody? Corey here. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, then welcome to the channel. So I wanted to do a little bit of testing and a little bit of chatting and theorying, like I had mentioned in the previous video that was just uploaded. I want to talk about a couple of things regarding cold immunities and the ability to break cold immunities and stuff like that. So first off, let me swap back over to my standard magic find stuff, or sprinting through content stuff. So when this one goes over here. So when I'm magic finding on this character, this is what I'm generally wearing. I went over this in the last video, and it's nothing very strong, nothing overpowered, but with the way that I have my character built, it just gives me, you know, just enough negative cold res for the enemies to be somewhat impactful for most enemies. Now, there's been people that have talked about the fact that because in Diablo 2 standard you weren't able to break cold immunities, that it's a bug in this game that you are able to break cold immunities. I do understand why that is being theorized, as you really weren't able to break cold immunity in standard Diablo 2. The strange thing about that is you were able to get through physical immunity, you were able to get through lightning immunity, you were able to get through fire immunity, but you were never able to get through cold immunity. Now, if you're never able to get through cold immunity, then what is the purpose of having this? It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. So with this game, maybe, just maybe, what's happening is that the resistances in standard Diablo 2 could have been bugged. Now, this is just a theory, okay? Don't bite my head off. Maybe it's working now how it always has meant to, how it always has been supposed to work. Because let's say right now, with this ability set, I have negative 130. With the other one, I have negative 135. If I put on the spirit on this side, I think I can get, like, let's see. We'll put the spirit sword on, we'll put Ormus on, and we'll swap over to this. Now, this should get me a bit more. Let's see where we are at. Oh, where is it at? I play with controller now, so... Okay, negative 155, that's not bad. At negative 150, you should be able to break through every cold-resistant monster. Let's see if that holds true. So, currently, like I said... let's just see right here in advanced stats. It's easier that way. Negative 155 to enemy cold resistance. Okay, so that means, hypothetically, I should be able to damage these cold immune monsters. Okay, so it does break through. Now, when I weapon swap over, it is below 150, and it's doing nothing. I swap over again, it's breaking through, just barely. Okay, now we're gonna jump out because they're about to kill me because I can't really take hits like that. So let's hop over to a character from Legacy Diablo 2 that I've specialized as an Orber, and I've really been able to get a lot of negative enemy cold resistance. So you saw at negative 155, I was doing a little bit of damage to him. My orb on that other skill was like 400 damage, right? 400. I'll hop back over so we can double check all this. But remember these two numbers, 1621, 1690, negative 235 enemy cold resistance. How do we get that? Well, it's actually pretty standard. We have Death's Fathom with a 5/5 cold facet, Nightwing's Veil with a 5/5 cold facet, Ormus with a 5/5 cold facet, Spirit, Mara's, Mage Fist, Soj, Night Smoke, Silkweave, Torch, Annie. This character's made in Hero Editor, okay? So all of this stuff is all perfect gear. That's what we have. Now, for theory crafting on original Diablo 2, I always ran around with Conviction, and it never broke cold. Never, ever broke cold immunity, no matter what. I have negative 235% to enemy cold resistance, and also running around with Infinity, and it did not break cold immune in standard Diablo 2. That, to me, never made sense. Never made sense to me. However, my mercenary is currently using Phoenix, so he's not using the Infinity on this character. Nothing is special, nothing is fancy. It's standard mercenary gear. Let's go out here and let's see just how overpowered you have this ability at negative 235. It damages them, it breaks through, but it's still not so strong that it's crazy. And this is what makes me think that it's simply acting now how it was always intended to act, because it's not like it just negates the fact that they're cold immune. It does, however, allow you to bypass the cold immunity once you reach a certain percentage of negative enemy cold resistance. And it looks like some characters, still you can't break it at all, which is fine. So for me, it seems to me like this is working as intended. This is working properly. And the problem isn't that the cold resistant or the cold immunity is able to break now, but the problem actually is that the cold immunity was never able to be broken prior. I could be wrong, and that's honestly, that's fine. I understand that. But it would also make a lot of sense if it's simply working as it always was supposed to. So there you go. That's my feeling on the whole cold immunity thing. Obviously, me being a frozen orb source, I benefit greatly from being able to break through cold immunity. But even if I wasn't, and I was to see this going on, I would still feel the same way about it, because I've always wondered why it was that I could break through other immunities, but not through that one. When, once again, the way that you break through immunity is the way that you break through lightning immunity with Conviction Aura, is by lowering the enemy's resistance. That's all it does. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. I guess we'll just have to see in the future if they change it or not. But yeah, thanks for checking out the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm out.